Jewish noises!
The haunting of Chef's Love Shack. It was a rainy evening when Matt stumbled upon the old, dusty PlayStation game in the corner of a second-hand store. The box was unremarkable, a faded image of the South Park characters with the title, Chef's Love Shack, emblazoned across the top. He chuckled, remembering the days when he and his friends would gather to play the game during sleepovers. On a whim, he bought it, feeling nostalgic and eager to relive some old memories. That night, Matt popped the disc into his PlayStation 1 and turned on his TV. The screen flickered to life, and the familiar menu appeared. However, something seemed slightly off. The colors were duller than he remembered, and there was an unsettling static noise accompanying the background music. He shrugged it off, attributing it to the age of the game. As he started a new game, the characters' voices sounded distorted, their laughter twisted into something almost demonic. Matt brushed it off as a quirk of the old hardware and continued playing. The game itself was just as he remembered, silly minigames and crude humor. But as he progressed, odd glitches began to appear, characters freezing mid-motion, unsettling whispers replacing the usual sound effects. The most disturbing anomaly occurred when Matt reached the Chef's Love Shack party game. Instead of the usual cheerful banter, the screen darkened and the game began to display eerie, unsettling images. The characters' eyes seemed hollow and lifeless, their smiles grotesque. The laughter had turned into a chilling, high-pitched wail that echoed unnervingly through the speakers. Matt tried to turn off the game, but the console refused to respond. The screen continued to flicker with strange symbols and disturbing faces that seemed to be pleading for help. His heart raced as the room grew colder, and the static on the TV screen began to resemble the shadowy figure of Chef, his eyes glowing a haunting red. Suddenly, the game crashed and the screen went black. Matt sighed in relief, but when he tried to eject the disc, it was stuck. Panic surged through him. The TV flickered back on, and the game resumed, but this time, the title screen had changed. Instead of the cheerful Chef's Love Shack logo, it now read Chef's Love Shack, the final party. The game had taken on a life of its own. The characters on screen now seemed aware of Matt's presence, their eyes tracking his every move. The minigames became increasingly macabre, sudden jump scares, horrific visions of bloodied chefs, and disturbing images that seemed to draw closer with each passing moment. Desperate, Matt yanked the power cord from the wall, but the chilling wail persisted. The game had transcended the boundaries of the console and seemed to be echoing through his home. The voices grew louder, their whispers turning into a chorus of anguished screams. Days later, when Matt's friends came over, they found him in a state of shock. The game disc was nowhere to be found, and Matt refused to speak of what had happened. The TV was now permanently stuck on a static screen, and the PlayStation remained unresponsive. No matter how hard they tried, they could never get the console to work again. Matt moved out of the apartment shortly after, leaving behind the cursed PlayStation and the unsettling memories of that night. The disc was never found, and the second-hand store where Matt had bought it had mysteriously shut down soon after. Some say that the game is still out there, lurking in the darkest corners of second-hand stores and flea markets, waiting for its next unsuspecting victim. If you happen to come across an old copy of Chef's Love Shack, remember this: some games are better left unplayed, and some curses are better left unspoken.
Someone by the name of Rabid Waffles, who I actually know about because I did a video responding to one of their videos 2 years back, which we will explain later. They comment, Valerie Flowers is the best YouTuber. I'm his biggest fan. He really entertains me with his videos. What a guy.
hilarious and original.